go into the second half. We have to wait to the 78th minute where Dallas decide to have a bit of a comeback. That's their second goal, making it 4-2 Galaxy, and that was Toja who scored that. Then they score again. Alves scores his second goal. I think that's 4-3 Galaxy versus... Yeah, Galaxy 4, Dallas 3. I'm losing the way here a bit. Here we go. This is 5-3. This is Landon Donovan. We'll be hearing about him later on in the show. Dallas then get their fourth. Ruiz there scoring, so that's 4-5. Galaxy haven't had enough though. They want more. They want more goals. Here they are. This, I believe, makes it 6-4. But there's one more goal to come. Dallas think it's not all over yet. 6-5. Can you imagine if that was your first ever soccer match? You'd be thinking, this is brilliant, this sport. It's better than basketball. We'll have more from the Superliga next week. Greg Wazewski's here in the studio. Greg, I would shake your hand, but it's in America. We better high five. High five. Have you been following the MLS at all?
Well, I just started now because David Beckham's obviously gone over there, and we actually have, for the first time, a team in Canada.
Yeah, well, it's the same for all of us. I don't think anyone really took much notice of it until recently. You grew up in Canada. Whereabouts in Canada did you grow up?
I grew up in Montreal. It's the French-speaking side, a little bit smaller than Toronto, but it's a good place.
They don't have their own football team, do they? They have... Toronto now has a football team for the first time this year. So are you supporting them?
I am supporting Toronto, one, because... Yes, let's go Toronto! All the way! Come on! Even though we're in last place, but that doesn't matter. You know, I supported them just because I'm an Arsenal fan. They wear the color red, so I took that like, you know, Kansas City, Kansas City,
yes,
you know, blue and blue. So I like your red top, I must say.
I feel uncomfortable in red. I feel uncomfortable.
So,
all right, let me tell you a few things about Toronto. The club was formed in May 2006, so not got a lot of history, let's face it. It's the first MLS team outside the United States of America. The head coach is Maurice Johnston, we all know from Celtic and Rangers, and the stadium is the BMO Field. It's Canada's first soccer stadium made just for soccer. There it is. Does it rain ever in Canada? Because there's no roof on that, is there? Does it rain in Toronto?
No, it never rains. It only snows.
What is the climate like? Because it's summer and it's...
Yeah, summer's going to be really, really hot. But then after that, once you get to, like, say, about September and October, that's when it starts to change. And by October, you could have snow.
Just as the league finishes, then?
Exactly. So if we were any chance get to the playoffs and manage to win it somehow in November, we could be playing in snow.
Oh, brilliant. Orange Bull. That's better made on that. That's right. Now, have a look at this, Greg. Toronto are a brand new team, as you just mentioned there. So the fans got a bit carried away when they celebrated their first goal earlier this season. So excited, they all threw cushions in the air. We've never seen anyone celebrate a Danny Dichio goal like this before. Look, there he is scoring. And now, if you look at the fans here, they all start frisbeeing the things. You told me that's not new, that's a Canadian thing, though.
Yeah, that is a Canadian thing. It's like ice hockey's a big sport over there in Canada, and so what they do is, you know, if someone scores a hat trick or scores a goal, sometimes they'll throw all their caps onto the ice hockey thing. So in football now, it's like, let's throw the seat cushions, that's the thing.
OK. Also, Greg, it turns out your fans have a thing about throwing stuff on the pitch. This week it was ribbons when their opponents got a corner. They, you can see this footage here. It's a bit like South America. They all start throwing the ribbons on the pitch. They apparently do it when the Oppo goalie goes in the goal as well. But this is it. I mean, he's got that's Blanco there.
Yeah, but we're trying to find a way to win. We don't have such a good record.
Yeah, but he's got to take a corner through that. Which is,
just my point.
Which is, yeah, exactly. Look, he does manage to do it, though, in the end, which is quite an incredible feat, really. We should bring back toilet rolls over here. That was good. Now, Toronto don't have a nickname yet, which is strange, so we rang up the club and asked them why that was.
There is no reason in particular that Toronto FC does not have a nickname. The closest thing would probably be TFC. We're not worried about it at the moment. Perhaps in future we'll have the fans help us come up with a mascot. Let them decide what might fit the team best. But for now, we've had no complaints about the team's lack of nickname, eh?
strange accent they have there in Canada, isn't it?
Yeah, but you could tell the difference. You know, Canadian says A at the end of it,
yeah.
so it must have been Canadian.
A,
Why not
okay.
KFC instead of TFC?
TFC, finger looking good.
That's right.
TFC, finger looking good. So is that your suggestion for a nickname, yeah?
Exactly.
Okay. All right, Greg, you spent a lot of time in North America, so we're sure you have no problems at all understanding the commentators. But we must admit, we're still struggling with some of their vocabulary, and we know some of you are too. Luckily, help is at hand with our guide to USA Commentator Speak.